Are you ready to identify your new equestrian self? If you answered yes, that means you need to find clarity upon who that really is. Clarity allows you to move in alignment with what you want from your equestrian life and the dream equestrian self you want to be. You are capable of creating this change, and that change starts with clarity and alignment and identifying exactly who you want to be, including her habits, routines, and rituals as an equestrian. Welcome to another episode of Yoga for the Barn Aisle by Callebaut Yoga. I'm your host, Makayla. I have been an equestrian for most of my life, done everything from leasing, owning, lesson programs, even to bringing my horse home and caring for him as his sole advocate. I am also a 200-hour yoga certified instructor, and I'm about to have my bachelor's degree in psychology. So thinking about identity and changing your identity, I have a lot to say. First, from a yoga perspective, I want to talk about this idea of saucha, or cleanliness. And while this can be applicable to our physical space, or maybe even our mental space, I want to think about this as cleanliness of who we want to be, knowing exactly what you have to do to become her. And this goes down to the idea of you have to act like her before you become her. And this is a theme on social media, across books, but I haven't seen it talked about from an equestrian perspective, and that's where I want to bring in this idea of cleanliness. Equestrians do all sorts of jobs, day in and day out, to care for our horse. But what about the little micro things that we do that keep us where we're at instead of moving us to the next level? And I say the next level as the next best version of our equestrian selves. This is where the idea of saucha comes in. You have to let go of the habits and routines that no longer serve you. Even if that includes a personal narrative that you've been telling yourself or limiting beliefs. The idea of letting go allows you to make space for what can be. And in this case, it's the dream equestrian self that you have been craving to become. This is where I'm going to shift to mindset. Mindset is everything as an equestrian, and 9 times out of 10, the identity of the equestrian you want to be does not have the mindset that you move through your equestrian life with today. If your equestrian self today tells you you're not good enough, you don't know how to ride the way that person does, you won't be able to jump in that clinic the way you want to, or that ride won't go well. This is your mindset holding you back. And while I do believe that you should be very clear and realistic with your goals, there is no space for limiting beliefs or negative self-talk when you're looking to achieve your dream equestrian self. Do you think she talks to herself that way? No. She's aware of her strengths and weaknesses, but she doesn't shame or guilt herself because of it. This is a mindset thing. This has nothing to do with capability. You are more capable than what you believe you are. This is where the mindset shift has to happen. And this is where cleanliness of clearing out all the negative self-talk, no longer allowing that to be part of your inner dialogue, comes into play. Shifting your mindset from I don't know, I don't think, I'm not good enough, to I may not have that skill set right now, but I'm willing to work for it, is the transition between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Mindset's everything as an equestrian. And to find alignment and clarity upon who that dream equestrian self is, list out how she talks to herself. What are her personal narratives revolving around who she is as an equestrian, including her skill set, her knowledge base, and how she interacts with her horse. This has everything to do with how she talks about herself, but you're including 3 different pieces to broaden the spectrum of what you're aligning with. And while you're creating that list, also think about what you no longer want to say to yourself. What is no longer allowed to be in your head? Create the mindset shift, and you can clearly identify your dream equestrian self. A yoga way to do this and to create a mindset shift is this idea of mantras, or using a short phrase repetitively to become something. So this can also look like an intention. A mantra and an intention can be very, very similar, and oftentimes the words are interchangeable. But if you're an equestrian who maybe has low confidence, maybe your mantra becomes, I am capable of growth. You can shorten it to just, I am capable, if that's what you need. But the idea of I am capable of growth means that you can change, you can grow, you can improve, you can get better. And just knowing that you are capable of this change can be the exact mindset shift you need to become your dream equestrian self before you even realize that you're making those changes and that you're becoming her. This is where the mantras can also be associated with your habits, routines, and rituals. And in this case, your mantras become one. You might create a new habit of repeating your mantras to yourself in your car before you go into the barn. Or if you're an at-home equestrian like me, you might, before you get your horse out of his stall or when you have his halter in your hands, you might repeat those mantras to yourself. This is where the idea of making this a normative experience of identifying who you want to be is the exact habit, routine, ritual, whatever you want to call it, that gets you from where you are now to where you want to be. This is a super short and sweet podcast episode, but I think this is all you really need because I can't guide you any further down the path if you don't identify that you want to create change. That said, we have talked about lots of goal setting, reality checks, winter arcs in previous episodes. So if you're looking for more to really hone in on who you want to be as an equestrian, maybe with the new year approaching, visit other episodes. Look at other YouTube videos. I have them up. They're there for you as resources to do the work. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this super short and sweet episode, a little bit of tough love, and I can't wait to see you in our next episode. If you're looking for more, check out callebautyoga.com. It's linked in every description, every bio. That way you know what courses and programs I have to offer. There is one about finding clarity. And you can also subscribe to my email list. This is where you want to be if you want VIP access to workshops, live, online, courses, programs, everything that I want to offer. And this will also give you the chance to be part of the Callebaut Yoga community. And that means that I go to you when starting to create my next project so that you get a say and an input into what you want to see from an equestrian life coach like me. Thank you again and have a great rest of your day.